Jesus does not mince his words in this Sunday's Gospel. He makes it very clear that if we want to follow him, we must be prepared to put God before any other relationships or any possessions. He uses very strong language when he says we must hate our families and even our life. The word hate here should not be taken literally. In Hebrew, the word hate means to prefer less. He is saying that no person or possession should take precedence over God in our lives. He is not referring to us abandoning our families. He is talking about spiritual detachment, the ability to keep God at the core of our being, in everything we do and in every encounter. When our will clashes with God's will should take precedence. In the midst of the many voices clamouring for our time, money, allegiance and attention, we are called to choose God's way above all other ways. This presents a challenge for us. In today's world, we often define choice not as the freedom to choose one action over another, but as the freedom to choose everything at once. Freedom of choice has come to mean keeping our options open. The tragedy of this condition is that it is literally impossible to keep our options open and live lives of any significance. Cardinal George Pell urges us, don't spend your life sitting on the fence, keeping your options open, because only commitments bring fulfillment. One mission is better than 1,000 options. To gain all, we must give all. The payback for us is that when we keep God at our core, our heart becomes filled with God's love. St. Paul reminds us that God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit. This has become our gift for ourselves and our gift to our world.
Archbishop Desmond Tutu was on sabbatical at Emory University. While he was there, he was asked to teach a class. He agreed to teach one class in the theology department. However, he put limits on it. He said he did not want to teach academics. He stipulated that he only wanted the students who were in their final year and would be going into parish ministry the following year. The limits were placed and the class was called God's Love. The students showed up on the first day of class. Many of them had been in education their whole lives. Desmond Tutu stood up and started talking about the course. He noticed that many of the class were restless. He was very attentive to the audience, so he stopped and he said he noticed that people were looking around at each other and asked if he had forgotten something. One student put their hand up and asked, "Could you tell us what the syllabus, the program is for this course? What are we supposed to read? Will there be tests?" Desmond Tutu replied, "No, there is no reading, there are no exams, there are no papers. In fact, what I thought I would do is just give everyone an A." This did not sit well with the class, who were used to the reading lists and exams, and they became even more restless. He noticed again how restless they had become, and he said to them, "This is what we're going to do in this class. All we're going to do is, I am going to tell you stories of when I encountered and experienced God's love. And then I'm going to invite you to tell stories, to remember and recollect moments where you encountered and experienced and knew God's love. Because this is why we are doing this. I know you have studied biblical doctrine. I know you have taken exams in theology and preaching and hermeneutics. However," he said, "if you leave this university and you don't know God's love in the marrow of your bones, you leave here with nothing. You leave here with nothing. Your power, your gift, is that down in the very marrow of your bones you have encountered and experienced the wonder of God. You know what it means to be free. You are a connoisseur of life. You know what it means to be alive. That is who we are. We are living human beings who carry the image of God. And that is our gift that we bring to the people we encounter in our daily lives. If we want to feel free, if we want to feel fulfilled, and if we want to feel fully alive, then we too need to know God's love in the marrow of our bones. We too need to carry the image of God. In this way, we become signs and bearers of hope and of God's love in our families, in our homes, and in our communities.